Okay, hello YouTube. Thanks for watching. So in this video, I want to do another video kind of leading on to a previous video I did recently about my statistics. And the reason why I want to do this video again with another, a sort of, what I want us to talk about is because I remember, seeing in the comments, and I get the impression there are a lot of people who in some ways might seem skeptical. My previous video, I didn't drill into all the data here and as to where I'm getting my statistics. And there was a comment on my video, and it almost made me feel that they were being doubtful about my statistics, and they were kind of they expected all that information to be covered in the video, as if but if they were going to know all that information, it would generate a certain amount of potential success for them as well. But the answer is, number one, I'm not going to be able to cover everything in one video anyway. And number two, I was specifically talking about another, lead source specifically, in a specific video. But for the people who really feel that they need to have all the information all in one video and keep it, relatively short, that's what I'm going to do in this video. I'm just going to go through, where I'm getting my leads from, and explain to you guys what you need to know and understand about what are we actually doing here, as I don't want to use the word leader, because I don't believe I'm a leader as such. I've done a lot of this. Yes, I have a lot of experience, but if somebody wants to regard me as a leader, I'm grateful if that's what you think. But guys, at the end of the day, a little bit about my background, my story. Okay, so I've been in this industry for absolutely decades, years and years. It's been a long time, and I got out of this industry. As I've mentioned all this before, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. But, I got back into the industry. I mean, I had success back in the early 2000s. I had some good wins and some losses, and, things went well, things went not so well. But I got out of the industry. And when I went out of the industry in about 2012, I didn't really save any of my data. I didn't save any of my lists. I got out of the industry completely, and everything was finished as far as I was concerned. And in 2015, I got back into the industry. There was only one person I was connected to who was my a sponsor. When I got back into the industry, I decided to join them in a particular business, and they were the reasons why. One of the reasons why I got back into the industry. Because I got intrigued about a business that person was involved in. Anyway, so, I didn't have a list. I started completely from scratch in 2015, but I had a decision to make. I was going to, if I'm going to make this work this time, I'm going to do whatever it took. No whining, no whinging, no moaning, not expecting anyone or any upline or any leader to do the success or work for me. I knew what I had to do. And it was all down to me, 100%. So in 2015, I shrugged all the excuses, 100%. Okay, and I didn't make any excuses, regardless of how much work I was going to put in. Whether I was going to put in, I was going to talk to 50 people a day, 100 people a day. I wasn't going to make any excuses. And if that wasn't going to work, I was going to double that. I was going to talk to 300 people or whatever. At that time, I got onto Backpage, which is very similar to Craigslist. I didn't do Craigslist that much, but I got onto Backpage. I don't do that anymore because, they've changed their system. I don't even think they're available. They might be around, but if they are, they're usually sort of very local based. And so if I was going to do something like Backpage for advertising, I would only be allowed to advertise in my local area here in Japan. It wouldn't make sense. So, I've stopped using that for literally 7-8 years now. I haven't been using Backpage. But back then I was using Backpage, and I put together a system that allowed me to put out over almost 200 ads every single day. Fresh ads, guys. And every single week or every single 2 weeks, I was changing up my ads. I was creating fresh ads, graphic design. I wasn't a graphic designer. I'm not a graphic designer, but I taught myself because I figured I need to figure out how to wow my potential leads. Okay. How to wow them, I needed to figure out a way because I soon realized, I mean, within my, I was a newbie at this point, but I had enough common sense to realize that I had to get out fresh content regularly, because if they were seeing all the same content, the same pages, the same lead capture page, the same funnels, they were seeing the same text. I needed to change the text headlines. I needed to change the email series, the follow-up messages. I need to switch out all those. That's why I have a lot of share codes. That's why I have a lot of lead capture pages, because I switch things out. I do new, I update, I have a lot of fresh stuff. You can talk to your average blogger out there on the internet. You can talk to your average social media enthusiast, and they will tell you the same thing. You need to be putting out fresh content almost on a daily basis. And that's pretty much what I was doing. I was doing 200 ads on Backpage, and that was what I did. And in spite of that, I was getting about 3 to 5 signups into the business that I was doing. But these were only free signups. It took a long time to get paid signups. But that's what I had to do. I had to get into their inbox. I had to nurture them. I had to be relentless. And I'm just telling you this, guys, because I want to set the stage. I want people to understand what's involved. There's a lot of people who make excuses nowadays. And back in the day when we were doing all our own HTML coding, even though we were not coders, we had to figure it out. We had to teach ourselves. We had to use, I don't know, special fancy image creation software. And that's what your average blogger was doing. That's what your average social media I don't know, person was doing. That was what your average marketer, or anyone starting up a conventional business of any kind, that's what they had to do. And you get people who come into network marketing, they put all that pressure on their upline, they put on that pressure on their sponsor, and they think that and then they come into my inbox. Oh, I've been doing this for 2 weeks, I've been doing this for 5 months, I've been doing this for 6 months, nothing's happening. I want to give up. I want to stop. I need someone to hold my hand. I need someone to put that spoon into my mouth and feed me. And I get a lot of moaners who are moaning to me that they said they've put in a lot of effort, but nothing's happening. You're not putting in enough effort, guys. You're not putting in enough effort. Trust me. Okay, so with that said, let me just go through this stuff and explain to you where some of these are coming from. Now, one of somebody actually said, what's going on with this one at the top here. It says none, where the source code. Okay, this is where we track our traffic. Okay, and there's no source code here. And it was it was funny in the comment, the person it was almost as if the person was doubting what I was doing. It was almost as if they were assuming that I was not being transparent enough. Okay, so the reason for this, guys, the reason why there's a none here, okay, and I wasn't able to track where my traffic was coming from and where my signups were coming from, okay, was because when I first joined this in December in this business, they didn't even have the tracking system in place. It wasn't even available, okay, and even if it even when they did roll it out, we didn't all know how to use it particularly, and we had to by that time I had a lot of links out there that I hadn't I had to switch out, I had to change, I had to edit, I had to update, and I hadn't done that. Okay, so when I first came in, I didn't wait for any system in place to start tracking everything. I wanted to get in and launch my business right from day one. Why would I wait for something like this? So I got started immediately, and every single person I could possibly imagine, everyone who's following me, everyone on my mailing list, everyone on my YouTube channel needed to hear about this new venture I was launching here with LiveGood. Okay, so that's why you see a lot of people coming in on the none. And there are still a lot of people, because there are still lots of links out there without any tracking code. So that's why you're seeing here there's like a none here, and all these 10,900, almost 11,000 hits coming in here. Pre-enrollees 736. This is since day one, okay, and it's still more hits are coming in from these links that haven't been tracked. 736 pre-enrollees, 169 upgrades. Now, what does all this mean? It means that it's not just, people think that when you get a leader, okay, again, guys, a little disclaimer: I'm not a leader. Okay, I'm just someone who gets their head down. I've always worked hard in this industry. I've always worked hard in anything I do. I was an English teacher before. I worked hard in it. I got my head down. Everything I did, I've only got one person or two people I've got to thank for this. My mum and my dad. They instilled greatness in me. My father made sure. I mean, he was a headmaster of a school. He's an academic, and he made sure that, whatever I do, I would work hard. I would put everything in. I would put all my attention into what I was doing, and I appreciate my father for educating me in that way. And I do that because I'm passionate about what I do. There's a lot of things I won't do. I'm dyslexic, guys. I have my issues. I am dyslexic. I have issues, and my report cards at school, when I was at school in my school days, they would always come back and they said the teacher would always say, Edward is good at the things he likes. Okay, Edward is good at the things he likes, and that's exactly what the way I am. That's why I'm good at the things I like. I like promoting my businesses. I like internet marketing. Okay, I'm not an internet marketer. I'm by trade. I'm not a marketer. I'm not a salesperson. I taught myself how to do it because I'm interested in it. I have some creativity. I'm not an artist or whatever, but I have some creativity, and I teach myself how to do stuff. Okay. And anyone who, if you're just telling yourself, well, I can't do that, so you're trying to get someone else to do it for you, forget it. Do it yourself. Teach yourself how to do it. But anyway, guys, the point is, when leaders come into a company, that does not necessarily mean that they're suddenly getting to work and all of a sudden they got brand new people. They're flicking a switch, and all of a sudden they got bucket loads of traffic coming into their website from fresh new people looking at their business. That's not how it works. I've had people on my list who have been following me long before I joined LiveGood. Okay, I've been doing this. When I got back into the industry in 2015, I could precisely, what was it? It was May, June, about May or June 2015. Right from that point onwards, I was starting to build my list. Okay, and still today, some of those people are still on my list, and they still follow me. Some of them had never even joined me in anything, but they still remained on my list. And every now and then they saw something about what I was doing, and they might have taken a look or whatever. But I've had people who've said to me, since I joined LiveGood, I said, I've followed you for 2 or 3 years, or 5 years, or 7 years, or eight, whatever, however many years, and I haven't joined you in anything. This is the first thing I ever joined you in, but I have followed you, and I like what you do. I like your YouTube channel. I like your videos. I like watching your videos or whatever. And I get people who tell me that, these people, a lot of these people have been following me for years. Okay. So don't think that when you see these results here, that don't think that these people came in on, they suddenly got to know me after I joined LiveGood. These are not results from people who knew me after I joined LiveGood. Okay, these are followers. Okay, so when I joined LiveGood on day one, I launched my business. I got with people who I already knew from this industry. People who are already into network marketing. They joined me in other things. I joined them in other things. I've got people. I'm not this sort of hierarchy guy. I will never join someone who has previously joined me in something. I join people. I've been in a lot of people's downline, who are now, I'm grateful they joined me in LiveGood, and vice versa. It doesn't matter. People talk to me about their businesses, and just because I turn them down doesn't mean I have this kind of I feel I have this authority over people. No, guys, I just like to network with people, and if you've got something good that might be of interest, I'll take a look. It's unlikely I'll take action simply because I'm focused. That's the only reason. But guys, I just know a lot of people, all right, and I've because I've got myself out there. And if you're talking to people and having a conversation with people every single day on social media, if you're communicating with the people who comment under your videos on YouTube, and you're putting up video content on YouTube every single week, and you're opening up your social media channels on different platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and other platforms, you're gonna succeed. But you can't just stop there. You've got to use these modalities to continuously communicate with people. Okay, and you've got to have, it's the whole point is that you have to have a way of getting closer and closer and closer to those people, so you can start that communications, to get to that point where you can have that conversation with them. Okay, don't think that you're going to automate everything. That's absolutely a complete waste of time, because the automation side of things, when I generate leads and do email marketing and build my mailing list, that's only to get to a point where I can start to gradually narrow down, and I become that attraction marketer where people are attracted to get into my inbox, or people who want to communicate with me, people want to send me a message on Telegram, so we can start that conversation, or I may get with them or whatever. Guys, that's what it's all about. So anyway, let's go down a few of these, and so people don't think that I'm not transparent or whatever. This is Warrior. This is wholesale premium traffic. Okay, I haven't actually done the wholesale premium traffic for LiveGood recently. So what I'm doing with wholesale premium traffic, I'm buying traffic just simply to generate leads. So I'm not actually looking to generate signups with LiveGood. And don't get me wrong with this. My whole game plan is to get signups with LiveGood in the long term. And probably many of these that you're seeing here with 160 signups, many of these are actually wholesale premium traffic, guys. Yeah, absolutely. And the reason why I hadn't been able to track it is because they came in from different funnels. They came in from funnels that I've been sort of putting out there with, freemiums, lead magnets. And we've got that in our 7-day success guide. I put out value and I nurture the list and I get them and I transfer them onto different lists just to warm them up. And, over the period of time, they warm up to what I do and they get to know me. So that's why you can't always track. So, I'm not looking to get, when I look for a good quality lead source, I'm not evaluating whether that lead source is good or not based on whether they sign up immediately. Okay, because that's why. Same with my lead gen secrets. I've gotten many more signups, I'm sure, with my lead gen secrets, but I hadn't been able to track it. But the point is, my lead gen secrets is not a platform, in my opinion, to just promote your primary business. It's a platform to generate leads first, so that they can have a way to be layered onto your mailing list by giving them a freebie or a freemium or a lead magnet or whatever. Okay, so that's why they've been on my list for a while, and then I talk to them about LiveGood and so on. Okay, so you can't really track that. Kevin is another guy who I use periodically. Again, it's not showing that I've actually got signups necessarily, because although I try to track things, but actually what I'm doing is I'm not necessarily buying traffic just to grab that, get that initial sign up. I'm buying traffic to generate leads. Okay, again, that's what I'm talking about. YouTube. The reason why YouTube looks like incredible, which it is fantastic, is because most people already know me. That's why I think YouTube is by far the best lead generation platform. Okay. And if you're trying YouTube and you're thinking that YouTube is not working for you, you haven't tried it long enough. You're not thinking. You're not being creative enough. This would be obviously another video in itself, on how to build a YouTube. But the content is already on YouTube. You just do a search on YouTube, how to grow your channel, how to get more engagement, from your viewers on your channel. Just there's enough content on YouTube to learn about that kind of stuff. Traffic Hoopla, I get some pre-enrollees there. That's Traffic Hoopla. YouTube, again, fantastic. YouTube is amazing. SendSteed is part of LeadsLeap. Again, YouTube. LeadsLeap with the free ads. Got a couple of signups there. Facebook. Okay, people came off on Facebook. That's difficult to know how that came, because it was someone's device that they came in on. Facebook, I got 2 signups. That was very recent. They came in over a period of a few days. That was a Facebook post. Amid's traffic, okay. So not a huge amount of traffic anyway, but still I got some pre-enrollees. So pretty good conversions, from that point of view. YouTube and more signups. Facebook, more. So, again, this is LeadsLeap, my funnel, and that was a pop-up. Okay, so as they try to exit the page, and when they exit the page, a pop-up window comes up, and I got a couple of signups from that. My old MDC, because I was in My Daily Choice before, I just sent to people who are with me on MDC. Again, YouTube, another sign up there. Mega Marketing Pro. Now, guys, I've had a lot of people come into my business from Mega Marketing Pro, and a lot of these people because I hadn't tracked it. Okay, so a lot of these people who came in on Mega Marketing Pro actually upgraded because they know me quite well. But this particular tracking code was not added in there until I don't know when I put that in there, but it was a particular link. Anyway, Facebook, another Facebook post, my blog. I got to sign up from my blog. Traffic ad bar. Okay, I mean, I'm not going to go through everything, but I'll just go through just one more page. Another traffic ad bar, sign up. Okay, and again, another one from my blog, another one from Traffic Ad Bar. So Traffic Ad Bar is good. It's a free platform. Again, YouTube, another Facebook post. Okay, and those. I mean, those are the signups. Okay, that's it. Okay, so I'm not going to go through everything, obviously, but guys, as I say, you can't predict everything. You can't track everything. It's impossible because people will not necessarily join you in the beginning. And you don't really want that. You want people who've already had a conversation with you. You want people who've already got to know you properly. That way they're more likely to stick. People think if they want to get the sign up from a cold traffic. Everyone gets really excited when they pay for traffic like a solo ad, and then they suddenly in like literally the next day they signed up, and then they get excited. Of course that's exciting, but they're still cold leads and you don't really know them that well. And from my experience, very few of them will actually stay a long term. Okay, so great if you do get a sign up from cold traffic or advertising and you don't know that person. The first thing you need to do as fast as you human possibly can is to get into their inbox or try and figure out a way to contact them and get a conversation going with them. Why? Because you don't want them to leave. You want to get them completely plugged in. You want them get them in the Facebook group. You want to get them on the Zoom calls. You want to get them on a conversation or whatever, phone call, chat, email, whatever. You want to somehow get to know them because you know you just have to build that relationship with these people. Anyway, so I'm going to conclude that particular part, and so guys, if you really just get your head down and really do whatever it takes, you're going to be able to crush it in this, and people are crushing it, but it does take work and effort. But you've got yourself a great business here with great products and a great compensation plan and a fantastic business model. Okay, it's guys, it's not just get your priorities right. It's not just about the Powerline system. That seems to be so exciting, and there are a lot of companies out there that are trying to copy the specific thing that was never really about the Powerline system. That's just something that sweetens the pot. Yes, it does generate a lot of momentum and excitement, but we want to be careful about putting out hype. But the key thing here is, in my opinion, is the unique aspect of our business model. It's what puts our products at the best and the most affordable price that is unbeatable in this industry. Nobody's doing it. Okay, a lot of companies are trying to copy what they think is the big thing about LiveGood, which is they think it's the Powerline system. But it's not really just about the Powerline system. Yes, that might get a lot of people in initially. But I think in my opinion, if people are really, for the people who are focused on just the Powerline system, okay, I don't think that I think a lot of those are going to last. Yes, the Powerline system is exciting, and it's good to have that enthusiasm about the Powerline system. But if that's part of it for you, that's great. But as long as as long as you're into the products, okay, products are important, and as long as you understand the overall big picture here, the business model, and what we're doing with memberships here, like other companies can't seem to, other companies are trying to do what we do, but yet their products are just overpriced. So what we do is very special here, and the members appreciate the fact that we've got very, very good prices for our products and so many other things. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Really excited to be working with you. Let's get you started. Look forward to working with you within the LiveGood business. We've got an incredibly huge team, and we've got some training for you. We've got the 7-day guide. We've got the funnels. We've got the system in place. But what's most important is your willingness to put in the effort yourself. I can't do that for you. Okay. I can answer your questions that you have. I can plug you into the system that we've got, such as the groups and the webinars and stuff. We've got all that. But you're going to be putting in the work yourself, and and you're going to be proud of yourself for putting in the work and effort. Okay, you're going to be proud of yourself. That's what this industry is about, and you can't get away from it. Yes, you can get excited about the new shiny objects. You can some passive income earning opportunity or whatever. That's great. Okay, but at the end of the day, in order to get true long-term valuable success, you're going to find yourself needing to put in quite a lot of effort, going through a certain learning curve, building a list, building a following. Okay, you can't get away from it. You're going to have to do that at some point if you're going to expect to get success in this industry. Anyway, with that said, I want to wish you all greatest success and look forward to working with you. Give me a like, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be uploading a lot of training here, and get on board, guys. Looking forward to working with you. Thanks for watching, and see you on the inside. Bye for now.